Now that you can see it's inside that first groove, I'm going to sew. And that's it. That's it. No hand-eye coordination whatsoever, just sewing. It's so much easier. And it'll just get in that groove for you instead of you having to roll it out and keep an eye on whether or not the zipper is falling off of the fabric. It's just so much easier. I definitely recommend this one instead. Now I'll try to show you how to use a regular foot to do an invisible zipper, which is a lot harder. Okay, this is a regular foot. Now I definitely don't recommend trying to do this unless you absolutely have to. And the zipper foots are so cheap that I just recommend going out and getting a zipper foot. But if you only have this, then this is how you do it. You just unroll it like I mentioned earlier, and then you put your foot down so that the needle is directly over the ditch that you want to stitch in. And the ditch would be just the space in between the zipper and the zipper tape. So let me put this down into here. And then you're just going to, the hard part about this is that it doesn't want to stay unrolled like this when you're using a regular foot, because there's no groove. This is on top of it, and it doesn't work very well. But I will try to show you here. See, it just wants to move away from the ditch, and it doesn't. I think what you're going to come out with is just something that's not as good as a zipper foot or an invisible zipper foot, but still doable. And if you're very hand-eye coordinated, then you can probably do it if you go pretty slow. But anyway, that's how you would do it with a regular foot. Just always make sure you get right here in that ditch, if you can. Alright, now I'm going to move on to the bottom of the zipper, invisible zipper, and what to do. Alright, after you have both sides sewn to the dress, this is what you should have at the bottom. Basically just an open space like this. And I just also want to mention that if while you're sewing you catch the teeth of the zipper at all, you have to go back and rip it out, because the zipper just absolutely will not come up at that point where it went over the teeth, even a little bit. So just keep that in mind when you're sewing. Alright, moving on. Alright, I zipped it up, and as you can see, it just looks like there's nothing there. The zipper is perfectly sewn into the garment. Now what I'm going to do is turn it inside out. Alright, now that it's inside out, I want you to go down to the bottom of the zipper and take a look at this. You can see where you stopped here along the line of the bottom of the zipper. Your stitching stopped right here. So what I want you to do is to pin the two pieces together all the way until you get to the bottom. Now that you have this pinned together, I want you to sew these two pieces together all the way up until you get to where you ended off with the stitches here. And remember to keep the end of your zipper out of the line of stitches. Just keep it up like that, and then sew from the bottom all the way to where you left off. Just to show you in more detail, I'm right about to sew up to my line of stitches. It's going to get kind of close here. And actually, you might want to still use a zipper foot for this, because then you don't have this like bulge of your one foot on the other side. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to go ahead and sew. So you get right up to the end, and then back stitch, and take it out. And now all you want to do is this piece that's sticking up here, just sew it to the selvage, or the selvage of your seams here. Sew it just like 3 inches down this way, and then 3 inches down that way until you get to the bottom. So it'll look like this in the end. I mean, yours might be a little neater than mine. It's kind of in a hurry, but I mean, you get the idea. Just sew a line down there and a line down there, so everything is attached to your extra selvage. Then turn it right side out and iron it, like I just did. And you should have a zipper that's pretty much invisible. As you can see here, I didn't use a zipper foot in the end when I was stitching up, and that's why I got this little bump in my line. But if you use zipper foot, then you shouldn't have that, and that's it. Alright, I'm going to unzip it, and voila! Done. Perfect.